6, 5, 4.
And it's game time. I'm X5. We're in 2K4 CTF playing some Capture the Flag. This is going to be PUG 1 tonight. Vault City. You see, there you go. You see, look at the teams right there. I haven't gotten a chance to pop into blue teams so we can figure out what positions they're going to be running. But we'll find out. It looks like you're going to have Sta on in-base D here. We'll go ahead and watch him. There's no quick grabs coming in on the blue flag. So we had a chance to see him set up on defense here. And there's Failsauce coming in. Failsauce is going to be the really aggressive grabber. He's basically a shield gun runner. He's going to run in, grab, constantly keep the flag moving, and really rely on his cover to take out the defense in front of him and behind him. His cover is going to be Bob and Hektor, I believe. And you see them going up top right there. Sta trying to give chase, cuts him off, makes him go back. Good move by Sta. He didn't get the kill there, but he did at least force the flag carrier to double back and give his team more time to catch back up. Let's go ahead and cover this flag carrier. You're going to see him pistoning back in base. Failsauce not afraid to piston with low health. Keeps the flag moving, gets a pickup by Bob, and red defense really able to keep the base clear. Yeah, PB and Xios in base. It's going to be a pretty good duo, and they were able to keep the flag clear so that blue couldn't come back in and get an emergency grab there. Go ahead and check the power-ups here. Herd should be up any second. We've got two people fighting over it. Well, invisible people fighting over it. Should have been grabbed unless the first one was delayed. Not sure. There you go. You see Failsauce with it. He's going to jump right in, pissing straight out the front door and hope that his cover can catch up to him. Kind of surprised we don't see any of his cover around him. Bit of a reckless use of the 100 armor there, given that his cover wasn't in position to distract the defense. And now they're going to go ahead and try to grab 2-on-2 against the defense, and they're just going to get taken out one at a time. The advantage of an aggressive flag runner, though, is they can go back and get a re-grab pretty quickly, especially on a small map like this. So Failsauce is going to be able to keep this flag in his hands for most of this map. You see him right now. He's going to go ahead and hide in enemy base and tell his entire team to go in return. Go ahead and secure their flag. Let's go see what's going on there. You see Facial in mid. So right now his team is going to have basically a 4-on-4 in mid fighting over this blue flag carrier. They're going to get that return, and now Failsauce is going to come out. Knows that he's got cover in there, although the enemy team's going to be in front. They're going to get a grab. He's going to be able to fist him back in the base, runs into enemy cover, but they're not going to get that return yet. So red in good position back in their base. They're going to need someone to pick this up right here as Ganja gets a kill but then goes down. Failsauce with Knell on him. Sticking around his cover, it's a good move. You got to be in position so that when you go down, they can get that pickup and not get a quick return there. So red is set up for a flag standoff here. Their flag comes back, and he's going to jump right back onto the stand. So red right now doing a good job pretty much across the board. Their offense and defense are both winning their battles. And we'll take a look on blue side here and see what their base is looking like. Looks like Sta and Darkvirus on D. Seems to be the case. A little surprising. I've mostly seen Knell play defense. Actually, certainly their whole team is capable of playing defense, and maybe that may be their issue here with their team dynamics. They may be lacking some really aggressive offensive presence. I'll go ahead and give Sta a little bit of first-person view. He's probably going to go down quickly. He's got two cover on him. So this flag is going to be moving. He's going to need to catch up with it. Except a shock. There you go. You see them doing a good job clearing out the blue base. And red's constantly keeping the pressure on it, though. It's the kind of situation whenever your flag's moving this much, you almost want to put someone, either move one of your defenders up to mid to cut them off, or move one of your offensive players a little further back. That said, they do have the enemy flag moving, so if they can keep this base clear a little bit longer, maybe in good position to start creeping back into this game. This red flag is being absolutely relayed across this map. You see another pickup. There you go by Facial. He's going to be slowly inching their way out of red base, finally crossing mid now, as their defense had been holding down their base for a while, but now their flag's going to be moving as well. They're actually going to run into each other. I think Failsauce may have actually been trying to piston out of base and accidentally ended up killing the enemy flag carrier. One of the more ridiculous flag kills we've seen in a while. However, that does give Knell a chance to cherry pick and get this going across the map. It's back into his front door, and this is where the fighting occurs. Looks like red offense has dropped back, so if he can get back into his base, he can actually outrun them back to his own flag. Don't know if he knows that yet, but now red's all over their base. They're going to have to win this little fight here, but if they get a couple kills, this will be a cap. Let's go ahead and watch blue flags. It moves right up top there. He goes down. DV with a return. Knell's getting killed, though, and nobody's stuck with him to get that pickup. So Hektor able to get the solo return there. It was pretty much the last man standing. Red was running out of presence in blue base. PB now a defender, but he's going to go ahead and grab and see if he can get this flag moving. Didn't look like anyone dropped back, so he's probably just hoping they can get the kill back on the way into their base, or the enemy flag carrier kill, that is. Uses that lift to separate himself in the defense a little bit. Going to go pick up some health in base. One of his covers there. He needs another cover. He's going to be by himself. It's going to get returned. And so Knell now moving the flag back in his own base. Red's all over it. Needs one more kill here. And there it goes. This should be another cap. And there you go. Blue. Third cap in the first. What are we looking at? 5.5 minutes of this game. But 2-1 right now. Blue with a little bit of momentum. See Hektor going down. Let's get a view of some of the defenders again. So we'll watch, let's say, Darkvirus playing in blue base. Doing a little bit of a better job of keeping the flag under control. It's hard to get into a groove sometimes whenever you have people who are aggressively grabbing and cherry picking and just constantly keeping the flag moving. But for the last couple of minutes, they've done a better job of keeping the flag in their base, or at least within reach, so that once they do get across the map, they're in good position. Actually, we see Bob now on an amp run there. And it looks like he went down right as I was switching to him, but either way, both flags back in base, so try to get you a view of somebody on defense here. We've had Stall. Had Darkvirus. We'll watch some PB. Doing a good job on red base, enough to give him a lead at least. And their flag hasn't been moving very often or very far, but of course they're only up by 1, so you're sort of seeing an opposite approach to running their offense here. Perhaps trying to get power-ups and focus on all coming in a synchronized attack. Didn't work out there, though, as they kind of ended up sneaking in one at a time and just kind of getting focus fired down by PB and Xios. And we're really not seeing much blue pressure at all in red base currently. Maybe they're all dropping back to cover this flag. Let's go to guard this flag from being taken across. Not seeing anything happen there. It sounded like amp was taken right there. Let's see if we can catch who has it. There it is. Ganja with it. He's going to be covering. One more kill from killing off the D. Can't get it. There it goes. On a spree. Going to try to get ahead and take out some of these defenders that are trying to chase his flag carrier across mid. And red is all over the front of their base there, and they're going to end up getting that return. Meanwhile, Failsauce completely by himself, pistoling across mid. He's going to get into his base high. Nobody covering him from behind him, but there's nobody attacking behind him either. There you go. DV able to sneak at the last second. And a nice kill by Knell to get that return on the stand. As Failsauce able to sneak in there. The entire enemy team was just completely caught up. Blue trying to fight in their base. And nobody paid attention to him. He snuck right in or right out. But Darkvirus with a nice grab and Knell with a nice kill. Keeping this one in range. You see Hektor going on a spree, trying to cover there. Bob going to grab, but they're still getting outnumbered. They're able to get these kills though, so they're going to get out to mid. They're going to have to fight their way out of their own base, back into their own base. I'm going to go down there though, and nobody up close for that pickup. Facial grab, and he's going to go down quickly too. Trying to get a view of these power-ups. Looks like nothing's spawning soon, so we'll go ahead and watch these flags. Failsauce going out high. Going to go down quickly. Looks like both defenses now are sort of settled into a groove and keeping their bases a little bit clearer. We've seen blue flag moving a lot more. Although in the last probably 5 minutes or so, they've slowed that down quite a bit. I think they've been hitting a lot more of the red attackers on the way into base, and that's helped minimize the amount of movement that their flag has been seeing. Some nice rockets coming in by Sta. Killing all of them himself. Able to clear that out. DV's going to suicide and return with full health. And red now actually looks like they're doing a little bit more of what blue had been doing, which is taking their time, setting up some attacks and coming in coordinated. little bit of a shift there. They were sort of doing your quality over quantity, quantity over quality approach, where they were just trying to get the flag moving constantly, hoping to catch the defenders out of position. Looks like now they're going for more of a traditional approach. Wait till they get 3 people in enemy base and then grab. Well, you saw it there. Blue team able to keep their base clear enough, and able to sneak one across to tie it up now. We're just about the halfway point, just past the halfway point of this game. Failsauce now going for a rebound cap. He sees most of the blue team behind him, but his flag is gone. They're going to get a pickup here, but Ganja sneaking his way across mid. That's going to get returned, and we see, there you go. Ganja almost snuck across the same way Failsauce did before. Unfortunately, his whole team was kind of caught out of position. Nobody was close enough to him to cover, and nobody was far enough ahead to get a grab or get the return. So his whole team got sort of bottled up in the entrance to enemy base, and we do see that a rebound cap. So Red able to keep that lead going. And it was only tied up for about a minute. He's going to piss it right out to mid, get taken out. Hope to get a pickup. Not going to happen. Haven't caught the timing on the amp or 100 in a minute. We'll go ahead and see Failsauce now running by himself. Actually, he has a little bit of cover there now. He's going to go ahead and get out. Some blue cutting him off. He's probably going to go right back down the lift. There he goes. Pissing straight out to mid. As blue gets reset in the front of his base. He knows he only needs a couple more kills to get back into base, but that's going to get returned. But Red doing a good job keeping the blue defenders moving and keeping Ganja, it looks like, turning around and having to help cut off the flag carriers a lot. And that, of course, means that he's spending less time attacking the enemy base and helping them get that flag out. We'd like to see the conversion rates in this map. Looks like blue, once they do get across the map, has done a good job of sealing their base and securing those caps. So we see 100 get taken by someone on red. Looks like it might have been Failsauce. He's already taken a ton of damage, though. He's going to kind of run around in circles and just sort of hope to get some cover kills. Not going to happen. Both flags getting reset. Let's go ahead and catch up to this blue flag. Once again, this Failsauce going straight out. He actually got some cover this time. He's going to get back into his base high. I don't know if there's any blue between him and his own flag, so he may be able to outrun them straight back to his base. Yep, pretty straightforward. Blue caught sleeping a little bit there as Failsauce had a little bit of cover behind him, but nobody was able to get in front of him to cut him off, and he just outrun the entire blue team across the map there. Of course, that's only really easy to do if you go high on Vault City. So one of the answers to that is simply have your mid player or your forward defense, your forward sort of defensive roaming player guard that high exit, because that's really the fastest way across mid. It's the only real speed run you can do. And so blue now is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive here. I think we're down to just under 7 minutes to go. They're going to need to start thinking about pushing someone forward on offense. As we see Ganja just sitting in enemy base, just trying to harass those defenders. He's probably the player that you're looking at that's going to need to be a little more aggressive than he had been before. He'd been dropping back a little bit to sort of try to cut off the enemy flag carriers' runs. But he's going to need to be going completely into enemy base every time now, which is going to open up mid for red. So they're going to be getting blue flag moving a lot more. Or soon they're going to be able to get it further whenever they do get it out to mid. But blue team, that's a risk they have to take here, as they're trying to attack this defensive pairing of Poisonbagels and Xios. They're going to need a third person in there at all times. But of course, as they do that, like I say, it's going to open up mid, going to make it easier for red to get long flag runs. But if you're blue at this point, down 3 with 6 minutes and change remaining, you're pretty much, or exactly 6 minutes remaining now, you're pretty much content to get yourself into flag standoff situations. I mean, you have to get that red flag moving no matter what the cost. Down 3 with this much time left, you don't necessarily need to run 4 offense yet, but you may think about running 3.5 and pushing one of your defenders out towards mid, and basically conceding your own base, and just saying, fine, you can get it out to mid every time, but we're going to try to own mid and get your flag out and just win those fights. They do have amp in base now. Facial's covering with that. See if we can get a view of it. There he goes. Looks like both flags down now. Facial with a nice pickup right there, going into his base high. Trying to cover himself back to base. He can actually piston to his flag stand right now, but there's 2 there now waiting for him. If they can get this kill and return, it will be a cap. Here it goes. So two caps to go for blue. A nice little aggressive push there with 5 minutes left. Still very doable here. They just need to keep up the aggression. Once they've gotten back into their base, they've had a really good conversion rate, able to convert those into caps by chasing down flag carriers. Red hasn't held the flag very long, but they've been able to put so much pressure that they've been able to get far across the map when they do it. And right now, red defense has been just too tough for 2 attackers to come in and take. They're going to need 3 people in their base at all times if you're blue. And then you're going to have to push one of your defenders up to try to help in mid. Let's go ahead and get a view of red flag here, since this is what blue is going to be trying to put more pressure onto. You see Ganja and Knell pushing in. Ganja with some kills. Knell's going to be able to get out to mid. He's still got 92 health, looking pretty decent. Opts to go for the straightforward route right across mid. Trying to dodge some enemy fire, but they're hitting him from both sides now. Nice pickup there. As you see Facial just trying to keep this moving, but not able to get another pickup. And Bob sneaking all the way across high mid. Misses the jump though. So blue's going to have a chance to turn around and take him down, but it looks like they may have all gone down. You see a double kill coming in from Xios, so it's a couple blue and red base, but red definitely has the numbers, but not for much longer, because being such a small map, blue's going to be able to get in there eventually. Not in time though. You see three cap lead going in, 3.5 minutes. Red's pretty much got this in hand. All they have to do is play a little bit conservatively here and milk this clock a bit. In theory, it's easy to cap quickly on this map, but it's very difficult to cap solo unless you just kind of get lucky. You see the telefrag coming in by PB. And so if you're blue, and I'm not, but if I were blue, I would probably be pushing 4 offense right now, because you got to figure your chances are pretty good. You've won the situations where both flag carriers are moving. You've won not quite the standoffs, but you won the transition game. Once you can get that red defense moving, they're a little has been a little less effective. And there you go. You see it again. They get into a transition situation where both flag carriers are out and they're far into their base and being run down. Blue's been able to win these. So if I'm them, I'm okay with giving up my flag and letting it move, and just getting into more of those situations. It's a little bit unnatural, but given that you're down by 2 caps, you just can't afford to let that red flag sit in their base any longer. So we see Bob coming in high. If he can cap this, it'll pretty much do it. Stah's going to be able to get a grab. He's going to have rockets coming in all over him. And there's no pressure on Bob. He's able to just sit on the stand. With 2 minutes left, 3 caps. That's going to do that map. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the stats here. So we've had a pretty good split with most of the power-ups, really. No one player, no one team dominating them. In Vault City, it's such a small map, a lot of the power-up runs don't last very long because it's very easy to turn around and take shots if you see the enemy take 100 armor or double damage. So it's not surprising, a lot of times the power-ups in this map, you may use them to affect maybe one run here or there. For the most part, they're not going to be the difference maker, and I think that's the case in this game. I think what happened was Red's defense was just too effective to take on with 2 attackers, and that caused Blue to have to stretch a little further. And they were able to get these flags moving, and like I said, they were able to win these transition situations where both flag carriers were being chased down by the opposite team. However, most of the time their flag runners just weren't able to get out to mid, and whenever they were, it was whenever they were able to push more aggressive offense, but of course that left their back end and their defense playing on an island there. And they just couldn't get the red flag moving as much as red could get the blue flag moving is what it came down to. So 40 seconds left. More stats coming in. Everyone just kind of killing their way. Maybe getting ready for the next map. I believe this was Blue's pick. And given that they have a lot of players that are maybe a little more defensive minded, as far as just looking at the makeup of the teams, they may try to play a smaller map. We may even see some Maul coming in. And we see right now running away with this one. Some garbage time caps here. It'll be interesting to see what map
1.
Blue picks next.
Red team is the winner.